Doc Seismic is a supporting antagonist in the Image comic series Invincible and its animated adaptation of the same name. He is a mad scientist with special wristbands that allow him to induce earthquakes. At times his confrontations seemed heavily ego-based, Seismic taking perverse pleasure in the fame and power of the heroes he fought. He is an enemy of both Invincible and the Guardians of the Globe and the ruler of the Magmanites and other subterranean monsters. He is voiced by Chris Diamantopoulos, who also portrayed Sotto Voce in Red Notice, Clark Ingram in the TV series Hannibal, David Willard in Law and Order, Special Victims Unit and Julius Pope in Pantheon. Doc Seismic appears for the first time while carrying out a scheme to destroy Mount Rushmore. Seismic was challenged by Invincible. During the conflict, Doc Seismic fought hard to keep from being defeated by the still unknown hero, causing both combatants to plunge into a crevasse. Invincible attempted to grab Doc Seismic and keep him from falling to his death, but death was more favorable to him than defeat at the hands of an unknown. In a final act of defiance, Seismic let loose with a shockwave that forced Invincible away before he could rescue the villain. Doc Seismic bid his time in jail but later escaped aided by legions of his Magmanite minions, while simultaneously releasing a large number of superpowered inmates, among them the Mauler twins, Rampage, the Elephant and some members of the Lizard League. While Monster Girl and Robot take care Magmanites, Shapesmith poses as one of the Mauler twins and a Magmamite, then uses his shape-shifting powers to capture Seismic. In issue 48, Doc Seismic managed to break out of the Stronghold Penitentiary and plan an attack on all the superheroes in the world, including the astounding Wolfman and Zechariah, with his legion of subterranean monsters. Invincible and Adam Eve get a call from Cecil and ask them for help. They arrive to the location and learn that the heroes were captured and placed underground, but Doc Seismic uses his wristbands to summon giant monsters. Eve is knocked unconscious by a monster's tongue and Wolfman catches her while Invincible manages to kill one of the monsters, but falls unconscious. Seismic declares his victory. In issue 49, after locking up both Invincible and Adam Eve, Doc Seismic is attacked by Darkwing LL and Reaniman, sent by Cecil to help heroes. Darkwing LL throws his projectiles and the heroes escape. The Reanimen begin killing the monsters and Darkwing starts assisting other heroes. Darkwing lands a blow on Seismic while the heroes fight off the Magmanites monsters. Seismic taunts Invincible and he readies to punch him. Darkwing pulls him into the Shadowverse and knocks him unconscious. Seismic is sent in prison again. In issue 67, Doc Seismic break out of prison again and fight Fortress, who is using his bands to push him back. Savage Dragon attacks him, but Seismic launches him back. Fortress goes to help Dragon and attempts to bear hug him. This causes him to absorb seismic powers and Seismic falls unconscious. In issue 79, Doc Seismic is one of the villains that Invincible fight with. In issue 100, Doc Seismic is one of various reactions of seeing Mark's death in the hands of Dinosaurus. In issue 106, Doc Seismic backs in Earth's bedrock and calls to the Magmanites, but is instead burned by lava. He screams in massive pain as his skin is incinerated and is restrained by bedrock. He asks why he being brought there. A voice calls out to him to tell him he's been chosen and pain will be temporary. He screams again in pain. In issue 107 it's revealed that Doc Seismic's bath in lava was actually a process to turn him into a lava monster. Volcanica, the voice behind the scene in the previous issue, tells him that she was impressed by Doc Seismic's ability to move the earth through his devices and speak to the Magmanites. She has watched him for a long time and has waited to transform him. Seismic asks why she done this to him and Volcanica tells him that he will rule by her side as a king, stating that he will be the bridge for her to the surface. With his new form, powers and ally on his side, Doc Seismic and Volcanica attack the surface world with their army of magmanites and subterranean monsters, before to battle with Invincible and the Guardians of the Globe. Monster Girl breaks Volcanica's rock path and Rex tells Invincible to focus on the giant magmanite monster, but is tackled by Seismic. Seismic burns lava onto Invincible's skin, though the latter has no effect on him. Invincible throws him off and charges for the monster, only for it be killed by someone else. While the Guardians help the civilians to evacuate the city, Volcanica uses the opportunity to escape, but Seismic argues that they can still beat them. Volcanica manages to convince him, telling him that they gained valuable knowledge and that they don't want to defeat them but defeat all of them. The duo leave to the Earth's bedrock. In issue 113, during another attack, he and his monsters get slain by robots' drones during the latter's takeover of the world. Doc Seismic is likely based on Graviton and Mole Man from Marvel. Doc Seismic's brutal transformation into a fire entity is most likely a callback to the lava monster in the Samurai Jack episode, Jack and the Lava Monster. According to Cecil, Doc Seismic is indeed an actual doctor, as he has a doctorate in seismology. Seismic mentions he also has an undergrad in sociology, women's studies, and a minor in African dance.